So all things considered, Mount Laguna Campground was pretty nice. A little on the expensive side, but if you go talk to the camp host, he'll let you know if there's other PCT hikers that haven't filled up a campsite yet, and direct you to them, or if you're by yourself, he will direct campers as they come in to you, and you just $5 a person, and works out pretty well. Wound up with like an extra 4 people, so it made the cost not too expensive. Good showers. Faucets are on backwards, so hot is cold and cold is hot. And trail is a little bit brushy at the moment, kind of dodging, but anyway, great trail. On our way north. Let's go. So it turns out that fire we saw the other day was a control burn after all, which is a good thing, because there's 3 things that will make a thru hiker collectively crap their pants, and that would be snow in the Sierras, wildfires, and trying to hold it until you hit the toilet in town. So it's been nice actually having some trees for a while. Path's pretty nice. The only thing that's really kind of a pain in the butt are all these like small to medium-sized rocks that are in the trail. So the downside with walking through Mount Laguna instead of around it is you miss out on some really great views. So even if you do go down to Supply, you may want to come back and actually hike the PCT miles instead of just hooking back up with the road. Peak. Welcome to the desert. Mile 50! Day 5. Ended it a little early today. We only went 9 miles, but it was windy. I did not realize how nasty and how cold that wind could be. It's doable, but it's definitely rough. Anyway, not too bad of a day. We didn't stay around Mount Laguna that long. Didn't want to stick around for food or anything like that. Just figured we'd push on through. Otherwise, fairly decent hike, but yeah, just that wind is killer. So I'll see you tomorrow. Somewhere a lizard is missing its tail. Nope, that's not what I'm gonna do. So I probably need to read a little better. I saw that and I was like, 5 mile. 5 mile to what? I'm like, oh, smile. Okay.
I'm Songbird.
Hi, my name is Herr.
Hi, I'm Viviana.
And
I'm
of course,
Jennifer.
my wife.
Yep. I need no introduction.
The house is calling, and I must go. Oh, and I can smell it from here. And the odometer has rounded 2,599.9 miles. So this is like some kind of memorial stone. There's like memorial plaques all over the place here. Yeah, I wonder if people release ashes from up here. So this whole section of trail looks like it's like a memorial wall or something, because there's little reminders all along the trail. In a way, that's kind of cool. We're getting our first rain. I find it mildly ironic that I'm using my umbrella more for the rain than the sun. So the backpacker's conundrum: get water here and not have to go a quarter mile off the trail to get the other water source, but you go way up with it, whereas the other one could be just a flat trail to the water source. I think I'm gonna wait. So it's a good thing I checked gut hooks. The water source that was up on top of the hill that I thought I would skip the carry for turns out to be like some kind of nasty cattle tank. So we went with the running stream water rather than floating dead bugs. I think it's a good call. It's like a giant flowering asparagus. Day 6. It was a pretty good hike. We did get our first rain today in the desert. I find it mildly amusing that my sun umbrella, I've used it more in the rain now than I have in the sun. Jennifer decided tonight to sleep in her tent. She is carrying her own personal tent as well as one that we can both stay in. I've dubbed it lovingly the couch, so whenever one of us needs to sleep alone, we can go sleep on the couch. It's actually mainly so that if we get separated, or if one of us wants to hike ahead or wants to stay behind, we both have our own shelter. It's a good night. Hoping to make a fairly big push tomorrow and put it so that the next day we can just take a mile or two into Julian, and then have a good Nero, have some food, do some laundry, do some chores, and all of that. So see you tomorrow. just say there's something very fantastical about coming down off of a ridge into a valley. It's almost like you're in your own fantasy story. It's quite amazing out here. So the sun came up, so that means it's time to dry out our tents. It was pretty icy this morning. My tent was frozen solid, which means it's now all turned to water. So I don't want to carry that water. So we'll just have breakfast here. So we had that nice, gentle, magical descent into the beautiful valley, and immediately had Pikes Peak hill climb out of said valley. Whee! We decided to push on into Stagecoach. Between my filter being questionable and the fact that we kind of just want a zero, I figured it was a good idea. Also, pretty sure the trail legs are coming in because we're going to be pulling like a 15+ mile day today, and I'm feeling great. So let's get on down there and get something to eat.
He's like, not today.
Because he's staring at us.
I think he's looking at Kevin and I. Oh, you're...
My first rattlesnake in 20 years. I pushed way too far. We probably did about 20 miles today, which is good, but we went from 10-mile days to 20-mile days, all because I kind of wanted food, and when we got here, everything was closed. But hey, I did get two drinks out of the vending machine for the price of one. This one's from 2018, but it tastes great. Anyway, we're probably going to zero here. I think I'm going to get a cabin and just hang out. We got the crap beat out of us today. So, anyway, I'll see you later. Day 8. Been out here a week now. So I was exhausted rolling into the Stagecoach RV park here last night. We did a 20-mile day and we've been doing 10 miles normally. Not as sore as I thought I'd be. I'm actually doing fairly well. I'm going to do some laundry today, take a shower, trying to decide if we want to roll into Julian for a zero and pie and all of that stuff, but we may just stay here. There's really not much in Julian, and I can get most everything here. Yeah, it was a pretty rough day yesterday. Got pretty charred. Saw my first rattlesnake, though. That was pretty cool. I've been living in rattlesnake country for like 20 years now, and I've heard one once, and this is the very first time I've ever seen one. He was a bit stubborn, didn't want to move, so we wound up climbing over the rocks, and he got really cranky. But otherwise, it's just a rattlesnake. I'm sure I'll see more of them out here. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to hang out here, maybe get some food tonight, or this afternoon, and just chill out. So, talk to you later. Looks a little desolate, but the Stagecoach RV place is actually pretty nice. The shower facilities are good. The laundry is really nice. They're really friendly to hikers. It's $12.50 a night, but you know, honestly, it's not that bad. The cabins, we're paying $60 for a night in a cabin, and the cheapest thing we could find in Julian was like almost $150 to $200. They got a little grill and everything, so I've been able to get some food. Yeah, it's a pretty nice place. Here's a quick look at the inside of the cabin we had last night. Not too bad. Had air conditioning, had power. What more could you ask for? On our way back to the PCT from the Stagecoach Trails RV Park, the pin on my GoPro mount broke, so it's all by hand from here for now, at least until I can get a replacement for it. I'm not having a whole lot of luck hitching, so it's road walking from here. Hey, we finally made it to positive miles. We're on our way to Scissors Crossing, and hopefully there'll be some water there, but if not, we plan for it not being there, because it looks like the next mile source is like, or water source is another 15 miles up the trail. So let's go. End of day 9. Didn't really do much talking today because I was feeling particularly grumpy. And nobody wants to hear a grumpy Kevin. Anyway, we did another big day. We did about 17, 18 miles, although 3 of those were negative miles. And the wind was being kind of obnoxious again, so I was just kind of like not feeling it. And really the only thing you can do at that point is just kind of duck your head down and bull your way through. So we made it to the Third Gate water cache. It's an amazing place, lots of water. It must be an obnoxious amount of work to get all that water out here. Anyway, that's all for tonight, and then we'll see how far we get tomorrow. So I'm still trying to get the hang of this vlogging thing. I don't know how much I should be talking, how much I should be filming. A lot of this terrain is very similar to other parts that I've already filmed, so do I just keep duplicating my footage or what? I don't know. Well, hopefully by the time I get to the point where I'm releasing videos, I'll have gotten better. So if I have this really epic intro trailer thing and it looks really cool and you're like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing, hopefully I get better. I'm sorry for now. Holy crap, some new scenery. We've been sitting on the other edge of the mountain range for the last day or so. It's nice to see something new. So let's follow the path of the trail that's way over there, right? So we go around this mountain, and we switch around that mountain, and we switch around there, can come around there. And there's the trail. But we could just go straight down and straight up. What's with that? This is like hiking on the Oregon coast. Between the wind and the moisture in the air and the trees and everything. Kind of crazy. You don't expect this in the desert. So, camped about 10 miles out from Warner Springs. Didn't look like there was really any camping to be had in those next 9 miles, and I thought it might be better to just kind of call it an early day. Had our first trail magic and hiked through what I thought was very much like the coastal hiking, with a lot of wind and mist and cold and everything. It was a good day, all things considered. Got myself a Mountain Dew, and now I'm gonna have dinner. And I think I'm just gonna crawl in and try and get an early start tomorrow morning, and we'll go from there into town. So see you tomorrow.